All right. Oh, I go live on Instagram. Okay, see, it's showing up right. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, let me turn it down.
Okay, yeah. So no, you don't have to join. You don't have to join. All right.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. All right. What's up, everybody? We are back finally after a lot of technical difficulties in life. We are back, and we're going to talk about that too because what we're here to talk about is the 5D shift, the 3D 5D shift, and just kind of go into some of the downloads that me and Naima have channeled and like connected with this shift because it's a lot going on. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get into that. We're gonna kind of tap into that space, and then we'll share some of our experiences that what we've been going through personally because it's affecting everybody. So
I want to say this real quick because I just see the
go ahead.
little thing up there. It says live for 15, 17 seconds now. So I don't know if it caught the first part of what you were saying.
Oh shit. Well, over here it says for like a minute and 43.
Oh, okay. On my
Yeah.
end,
So
it
maybe.
shows. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So all right. We'll Oops. No, we're not gonna do that. All right. So anyway, we figured it out, y'all. So just bear with us or whatever. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So me and Naima have we always have like amazing conversations, and like we're like always right in alignment with each other with these conversations and our downloads. Because as you know, I'm an oracle. Naima is. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but you're like definitely tapped in, like that feminine,
Yeah. I've
intuitive.
definitely, with us working together, it's definitely helped me further develop my channeling
Mm-hmm.
skill or gift or whatnot. I don't want to say skills,
Abilities.
but like
Yeah.
I'm definitely here to channel, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's where we are right with that right now. I don't
So
have like
let me ask you a question
a title
before we
yet.
get into it. What's a seraph? Tell me, like,
Okay,
what is a seraph?
okay, so quick story. When I was like a newbie on my path, like those questions we ask, who am I? Where am I from? Who am I
Mm-hmm.
really? Those type of questions. So I'm in meditation and I hear Seraph, like this beautiful, like angelic voice, and it says Seraph. And I'm like, so when I come out of meditation, I'm like, I think about the movie The Matrix. So
Mm,
so I go to Google, of course, right? And I type in what is a seraph? Well, the Matrix stuff don't even pop up. It was all this like religious texts about like the seraphim, which are
mm,
there's different religious sects. I don't know how you say it, like, but you know how you have Judaism, you have
right,
like the Hebrews, Islam, and like
right.
Christianity.
Christianity,
Like
yeah.
in each of those religions, like they have some type of like text or story around the seraphim, and
Mm,
different ones have them in different orders. So like with the hierarchy of the angels, there's like different ones, angels, archangels, the cherubims, if I'm not saying that correct, and the seraphim. Well, in Christianity, the seraphim are like the highest ranking angel, or like the closest ones to God. But in like different
mm.
religions, they have like different, some one of them is like the third from the highest. Like usually they're different, but
Yeah. Like,
what I,
yeah.
what I remember gathering is that they're basically a high-ranking angel, and what do angels do? They do the work of God, right?
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
so that was like the history behind it. But then I was like, well, why did I think of the Matrix?
Right.
So I go and I research, and I do more research about the seraph and the seraph character. So he was in the second and third installments of the first like Matrix trilogy.
Mm,
When he comes onto the scene, or when I think when Neo sees him for the first time, remember how Neo sees everything in code, right? At that point, it's all
Right.
like the green and zeros and ones and
Zero
everything.
one.
But when he sees Seraph is the only program that's in gold. Like he's not green.
Mm,
Like he is
mm,
a golden, like a golden being, like in this program or whatever, like in this matrix code.
mm,
He stands out as like this gold like being. And his when you read about his character, he was considered a highly sophisticated authentication program. He protected the Oracle. Like that was his job.
mm,
And he had to check Neo like by fighting him to make sure he was really who he said he was, you know? So I was just like, as I'm
mm.
talking about this further, it's like more downloads are coming through. But what really stood out to me is the fact that Seraph is the only program that is like coded in gold.
Wow, 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 wow,
Yes.
wow.
So
Okay,
I'm like, okay, Spirit, I see you. I see you. Like,
that's wow. That's interesting. That's funny that like, and I had no clue, like, because kind of the same thing happened to me, like me learning that I didn't know what the name of it was, but Spirit gave me Oracle. And you're
mm,
speaking of the seraph, which I didn't even notice in the Matrix, the seraph energy or that even that word. I just
mhm.
remember, you saying like you have it on your, that you're a West Coast Seraph and Seraph Synergy, and I'm just like, what is a seraph? So it's
Yeah.
funny that both of those were in the Matrix, and like us coming
Right.
together. It's just like the Oracle and the seraph is like, whoo, alignment.
I know. It's like a lot.
So
That's something we need to sit and unpack with that
yeah,
because
oh yeah, we definitely got
they they did the
yeah.
damn thing. They like when you look at what their roles were in the Matrix, like we gonna have a live on that. That's dope.
Right. Yeah. First of all, we gonna have to do what you call them. Remember in school, and you have to watch the movies, and you have to do like a little report. We gonna have to like watch the movie together and do a report of like, okay,
Yeah.
like what did the Oracle do, and what did the Seraph do? Like, okay, let's unpack that. Like, this is this what we doing in life? Like, that's
Right.
gonna be something that we got to do. So,
Yeah.
first of all, shout out. I see Wisdom join, Cosmic Phoenix, Eclectic Life. Shout out to y'all. We here, we finally back after all the craziness. So, speaking of that, we're gonna go ahead and get into the conversation, the topic that we are here to talk about, which is the 3D, 5D shift.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like Naima, I'm gonna let you speak about that a little bit more because I feel like you're tapped into the terminologies of the 5D and 3D shift and explaining how that applies here. I'm gonna give like my own interpretation of what I feel is happening,
Mhm.
but is right in alignment with because we've already had this conversation. So basically the download that I got, which was kind of I had got a piece of it, but more of it came through when me and you were having a conversation. It just kind of was like a live download as we were speaking to each other. Is that first of all, me and Naomi were talking about this, but I'm sure that y'all feel the energy is very um it's like a pressure, if I can explain it. It feels like a pressure. It's like kind of heavy. Like it just all of a sudden, I feel like this year specifically, the energy got a little bit denser.
Mhm.
And it just feels like there's a constant busyness, a constant like as soon as you finish one thing, there's something waiting on you, and it's like constant like moving, and distraction is just it just got like way more intense. So the download that I received was that there has been the hmm, how can I describe it? The level that we consider normalcy, or like this is normal for Earth, or this is normal for life. That
Mhm.
went down a level,
Mm.
and that because okay, we could even reference to the Matrix, like when he went into the Matrix and there was an illusion, and then he could see like it was kind of like destruction everywhere. So I
Mhm.
feel like the normal level of where we thought were normal, it went down.
Yeah.
So we're starting to feel the effects of the energy going down a level. So even though think of this as normal, in order for us to and like me and Naima were talking about, you mentioned the oh god, I lost my train of thought. You mentioned the what do you call it when you like level up or whatever? Shit, I can't.
Like ascend or
Uh,
elevate.
oh god, I can't think of it. Oh, it'll come to me.
When you
But
level up.
basically, in order for us to the new world, like the new world, that's the word I was looking for. Like this whole new world energy, new world order, all that shit that's been like spinning
Yeah.
in the ethers or whatever.
Yep, the new earth. That's what
The
they
new
say.
earth,
That's
yeah.
the
The
what is
the
it?
terminology
The popular,
term.
trending terminology. There you go.
Yeah, for the new earth. So
Yeah.
there has been a shift of the new earth. There is a new earth, and it's in order for you to get there, you have to elevate yourself. You have to elevate your thoughts. And it's what I'm learning in my personal experience is that it has to be a constant elevation, because until you get used to being in that space, it's like I'm continuously in this like lower level of the worlds. I hope this is making sense. I hope I'm explaining this the way it came to
Yeah.
me, because I'm still processing that download. But me personally in life, what I'm noticing is that it's a combination of, in order to get to this space, this higher space where things are, we're in this year of abundance, and it's an abundance of the good as well as the bad. So it's like, now that the normalcy level has gone down, now we're starting to see the abundance of the chaos and the distractions, just the heaviness and the low vibrational things are there. But there's also an abundance of love and like opportunities and just all these beautiful things that everybody is constantly reaching for. But you have to elevate yourself and like raise your vibration to get to that space. And, this is kind of cliche. Like, of course, everybody's always saying like, raise your vibration, think higher, or whatever. But I feel like this year specifically, we're being forced.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You got to make
Professor
a choice.
Melanie, you got to make a choice. Like, there's no
Yeah.
more straddling the fence. There's no more like,
Yeah.
I don't really want to move. Like, you're gonna have to move now. Like,
Yeah.
either you're gonna if you don't move, you're gonna go to that lower level. Like, you just automatically defaulted into that lower level, and life is just gonna be rough. You have to make a choice if you want to get to the abundance of the high vibrational of this new earth or new world or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to make a choice to elevate yourself higher. So I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna let you speak, because I mean, there's so many. This is a layered conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you tap in, Naima.
Yeah, and we've as being students of Professor Melanie, like she talked about this like a while back. She didn't call it like a 3D 5D split. That's like the trendier terminology. But remember, she showed us that symbol that was like a crescendo, and she was like, there's going to be a split, and there's going to be people going this way and people going that way, and we're in that right now, and we're seeing it and feeling it. And I'm glad we had the conversation that we had, because it kind of like made me put things into perspective when it comes to our relationships, right? The people that we deal with every day, just how we navigate this world every day. I mean, the shit you can see just going out to maybe grab your mail or walk up the street to the store, you'd be like, what the hell? And, and for me, like a lot of the stuff that's going on, like when you talk about how it dropped a level, like all this stuff that's coming out, like with the whole like P. Diddy stuff and like all that kind of stuff, this is what it looks like when we talk about this split, right? I'm not involved with none of that. Like, I'm not, and when I say involved, y'all, I mean like I'm not caught up in the gossip and all the tabloids and all the stuff around that. Like, I don't even, the only reason why I know about it is because some people in the spiritual community talks about it. You know what I mean? I'm like hearing about it by way of somebody else. Like, it's not a part of my reality. And that is
exactly
what we are talking about here and what this split looks like. you're not being bothered by and like so weighed down about all the negative stuff that's going on in the world. Yeah, you're
Mm-hmm.
conscious of it, you know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not impacted by it.
Right.
You focus on building your business, your brand. You focus on healing. You're focused on your shadow. You're focused on self mastery right now. You know,
Yep.
like you're focused on building, you know, a deeper bond with your spirit team. You know, that's where
Mm-hmm.
we are, and that is our new earth. That is our ascension path. You know what I'm saying? That's us
Mm-hmm.
being up here. You know, that's our elevation. You know, that's where we
Yes.
are. That's our 5D, right?
Yes. Yes.
Um, so, and I kind of want to touch on that because I know it can be hard, especially if you live with someone who's really anchored into the 3D. Maybe you have a friendship circle, family, whatever, and they are truly like anchored in this 3D reality. And it's just like, it can be heavy. I know you mentioned that before, Justin. You were like, sometimes you find yourself feeling way down because
Mm-hmm.
those of us who are on our path of evolving and elevating and ascending, like we have huge hearts and we care and we love
Mm-hmm.
so deeply for everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
and we just want to help. We want to help,
Yep.
you know, we want to be there for
Yep.
them, but we have to be mindful of, is our helping hurting us, you know?
Yep.
And
Yep.
in this thick of this whole split that we're talking about, this shift, it can be cloudy and it can be daunting and have you feeling like low, you know? So,
Mm-hmm.
and again, like that's another thing that I'm glad we're talking about this, because the people that we have relationships with, it's like how do we continue to navigate this world and not be so impacted by the people around us that we love, that are still so anchored in this 3D, right? My thing is, my advice would be to always remember that everybody is on their own journey.
Pass. Yep.
We are all on our own separate spiritual journey, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a common narrative out there where it's like, well, I don't want to leave them behind, or you know, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to yeah, I don't want to leave people behind. And it's not really about, don't worry about leaving people behind, because that's not your job. You
Right.
know, like all you
Right.
can do is continue to be you and lead and live by example. And if they
Mm-hmm.
decide to catch on and be like, okay, show me, you know, show me how to do that, then that's where we can really be of service. You feel me? Like,
Right. Right.
yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up. I want to add in that. So the way this shit works is, and this is what I'm noticing using my third eye. The way this shit works is that you can have, let's just say you're in a building, you know, like you're waiting to go in a place. It's you sitting in a chair and there's someone sitting right beside you. Based off of your vibration, you could be in two different worlds. So
Mm-hmm.
you could be in the 5D, this person could be in the 3D. Something could happen, you could totally fucking miss it. Like something low vibrational could happen in front of you, you won't see nothing. Like
Yeah.
I've witnessed that happen where I won't see anything. But the person beside me that's in the 3D or in a low vibrational space, they're reacting and I'm just like, what are you looking at? Like I don't see. What's happening?
Yeah.
Like why are they going crazy over there? Like I feel calm, like nothing's happening. It's
Yeah.
because this world's construct, whatever the fuck you want to call it, there's different things happening. There's different dimensions. So where you are specifically is vibrational. It's not about physical anymore. It's about vibrations. That is
Mm-hmm.
starting to come through like really strong. You're gonna we're starting to really see the manifestation of vibrations and energy, like that really starting to play out.
Yeah.
And what the conversation me and Nyman were having was that includes, you know, the people that are close to you, like people you're in a relationship with, your family members, your close friends, like people that you have known for, you know, years, whatever. You're gonna start, and I mean I've been dealing with it as well. You're gonna start
Mhm.
finding yourself in these situations where you're not on the same level vibrationally. And
Right.
you can look back and see, like, damn, like my life is great right now. Things are like really looking up for me. And then you looking at your, you know, your cousin or your brother, your sister, or your spouse or whatever, and their life is like rough, and you just like, you
Yeah.
feel bad for them, like you're empathetic towards them, like, damn, they going through it, and it's like nothing you can really do to fix it. So it's like that there becomes like a conflict because you want to reach back and help them, and that becomes a distraction,
Mm-hmm.
because like Naima said, like, we're all on our own paths, we're all on our own journeys. The only thing we can really do for each other is inspire each other, have conversations, have connections that will inspire, growth and clarity and healing. But at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, everyone's on their own journey, their own path. There's really nothing, you can't reach over and grab somebody and they'll elevate up to the level that you're on. That's their own work.
Right. Not possible.
So
Yeah.
it becomes, and it's really, really difficult when you have people that are close to you. And it's like you
Mhm.
start to realize, like, I can't, me and this friend or me and this family member or me and this, sometimes it's the person you're in a relationship with, or even a marriage. I
Mhm.
have a client that she's in a marriage with somebody she's on the 5D, he's on the 3D, and it's like now they're like completely clashing because
Mhm.
she elevated herself. She's ascending her mind and her energy and her vibration, and her spouse is not.
Yes.
So they're no longer on the same path. So she's having to make a decision on what she's going to do with her life, because it becomes like, do I continue my spiritual journey, or do
Yeah.
I, stay here with my husband? I don't want to leave my husband, or I don't want to leave my wife. I don't want to leave my
Yeah.
family. I don't want to leave my friends. So it becomes
Yeah.
this conflict of like you having to choose your growth, because if
Yeah.
not, you're going to be stuck.
And I've been there, so I know exactly what your friend is going through. But before I tap on into that, Wisdom had a comment. He says, "How do I raise my vibration?" And two
Mm,
things. And I'm sharing this because these are the two things that helped me when I first started my path, and they continue to help me now. The
mm-hmm,
first thing, the easiest way to raise your vibration and shift from something like lower frequency to higher is
mm-hmm,
gratitude.
mm-hmm.
Gratitude is like, I know it sounds so cliche, but see how good you feel in your body. Like, see how good you feel when you practice gratitude in that moment of you feeling like low, like, and then
Mm-hmm.
practice like some form of gratitude. Think of something that you're extremely grateful for, and witness
Mhm.
the shift. The second
Right.
thing, watch what you're consuming. So for
Yeah.
me, what I did when I first went on my path, I created a completely different Instagram account. I didn't follow none of the stuff that I was already following. I followed all like high vibrational stuff. Like, even if it was comedy is high vibrational. Some shit that make you laugh, that makes you feel good. That's high vibrational, right? So I was
Right.
following like comedy pages, all things related to like just good energy stuff. Like,
Mhm.
there's all these different accounts that have all these different like quotes and like memes,
Mhm.
but are like high vibrational stuff.
Mhm.
I would follow all kind of stuff like that. It's completely separate from my like original Instagram account where I'm following like TMZ and the
Right.
Shade Room and like
Right.
people from high school and friends and stuff like that. It's like I curated a high vibrational like corner, and I go in
Mhm.
that corner when I'm feeling low, and I'm like start laughing, or I see these animals, I see plants, I see like things about herbs, like
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. So I would say those things for sure. Like, what you got on that? Just
Yeah, I thank you, Wisdom, for asking that question. I definitely want to tap into that. And Cosmic Phoenix said she learned that lesson with her family. Honey, let me tell you, I'm going through the same thing. Family is rough. Family is rough. But so for me, what I'm learning, what Spirit is showing me, is that we say these things like elevation and raising our vibration and you know um, thinking higher, but it's like raising your vibration to what? Like what are you raising it to? Like, you're just saying raising your like, where are you going? Like, you going to space? Like, you going in the cloud? Like, where are you going with your vibration? Like, what is even the goal of raising your vibration? Like, what does that even mean?
that's a
So
word.
Spirit gave to me that you're raising your vibration to your highest self, not necessarily
Mm-mm.
to a god, or a deity or whatever, that you're raising your vibration to your highest self, even if you don't know what that is yet, or you don't know what that looks like. It's a reach for something higher than where you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I'm learning on this journey, just because we are in a space of so much abundance of everything where it could just be so chaotic, is surrender. There's a big space of surrender that has to take place in order for you to raise your vibration. And one of the things that I'm learning is that, like I was saying earlier, one of the things that I'm experiencing is the constant busyness. Is that it's like I can't get a break, because it's like I got to do this, and then I got to do this, and then I got to do this. It's like all these tasks are coming on me for me to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning to surrender. Like, okay, first of all, I got to take a space. I got to like create space for myself, because I have all these things going on. Let me just back all that shit up real quick, because I need space for me. So I'm on a certain vibration when I'm in my business mode, or if I'm in like running errand modes or whatever. So I have to create space away from that, so that my
Mm-hmm.
vibration can be more higher or more deeper into who I truly am, which is a higher space. So that being in that space of like meditation or reflection has been really, really big for me, because it's in that space where you're able to tap into a higher part of yourself where you can really see what's happening. And what I found myself doing lately is that things are so busy and moving so fast. Like, time is moving so fast right now. Sometimes I don't catch the lessons. I don't catch the messages or the symbols that have been thrown at me throughout the day. So making sure that I take space to like reflect on, okay, this happened today. Like, what does that really mean? I felt a certain type of way about that. What does that mean? What does that say about the shadow work that I need to do? Where did I feel that in my body? Because sometimes you don't always have the space to, or the time to really process what's happening to you in the moment. So that surrender in that space of, meditation, and like I said, it's not always close your eyes. We talked about this already. It's not always close your eyes and being Indian style. Sometimes it's just reflecting back
Mm-hmm.
on what you went through and some of the things that happened, because you'll think about, oh, earlier I remember seeing an owl. Oh shit, well, something hidden is about to come up, where you didn't catch it. You saw it, but you kept moving because you had this to do, that to do, that to do. So that
Yes.
reflection to pull it up, because it's a lot, just like it's I want us to remember, because spirit just like dropped this on me. There's an abundance going on the outside, but there's also an abundance of stuff going on the inside. So you best to
Yeah.
believe that your spirit team is really, really giving you messages. You best to believe that there's a lot of downloads happening. You best believe that your intuition is like on a million right now, but you have to be in a space of surrender and meditation in order to catch all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, for me, connecting to the abundance inside is starting to be more important than connecting to the abundance on the outside, because what's happening on the outside is just a reflection of what's happening on the inside. But what's happening on the inside is really the truth. Like, the outside is the matrix. It's the it's the illusion. It's just the words that describe the energy that's happening. So in order to find, sometimes you don't understand the words. You may get a word. This is just a metaphor. You may get a word that you don't know what it means. Like, you may get a symbol, like, or you may get it in another language. You're like, what the fuck does that mean? But if you tap into yourself, you can connect to the energy and be like, oh, that
Mm-hmm.
means this, or that means that. So yeah, that's my little spiel on that. Um, in Cosmic Phoenix family. So,
That's tough. That's tough. That's tough.
can we could take a collective deep breath for learning how to navigate family in this fucking construct? Whew, so, um, funny enough, yesterday, because we were originally gonna go on live yesterday, but whatever, we ain't gonna get into that. It didn't happen. Um, I randomly found a Brother Panic clip because his videos are no longer up. His channel is no longer up. So I found a Brother Panic clip that just popped up in my YouTube feed. And oddly enough, he was talking about family
Oh
and like
wow.
and how to deal with family on this path. And he basically was saying that um, you have to be in a space of judgment. Like we were talking about earlier, like you can't save them. There's nothing you can fucking do. You have to
Mhm.
look at them and recognize and acknowledge and accept where they are. This is just where they are. There's nothing you can do
Yeah.
about it. Their choice. Um, but that shouldn't take you off of your path. You stay focused on your path, and they have a place because Brother Panic. Some of the things that he was mentioning is that he's y'all know who Brother Panic was. Like he was the spiritual guru on a cult, and he was like sometimes I need a break from the occult. I need to go watch the Real Housewives. I need to go, get a drink, kick
Mhm.
shit with my family. They
Yeah.
still have a space and a reason for existing in your path. You
Right.
They just can't exist on your spiritual path. So the energy that we're using to try to convince them and influence them to get on their spiritual path is a waste. It's a waste of
Mhm.
energy and it's a distraction because there's nothing you can do. You just keep on your journey. The ones that need your assistance, your service, they will come to you. But if they're doing something, and Professor Melanie told me this a while back, that your family, when they're triggering you, they're doing their job. You chose this family for a reason, and they chose you for a
Mhm.
reason. But if they're triggering you, they're letting you know that, hello, you have some shadow work to do to raise your vibration. Like your vibration is low right now because we're able to reach you. So that means you need to raise your vibration
Oh,
up a
I
little
like
bit.
that. I like that.
So that I think the frustration comes in, especially for me, the frustration comes in when I'm trying to get them to see my point of view as a spiritual being. They can't. Like they can't. Like some of them are just not high enough vibrationally to understand some of the concepts that you spitting out to them.
Yeah, it's
And
not. It's just not going to register. Like what
register
they say
exactly
that like 757 over your head. Like it's just they're not going to be able to get it. And I like that
that.
you hit on that because what we don't want to do is chase people to do their spiritual work. That's a big no. And I'm speaking from experience, because I've
Mm-hmm,
been there, and it's like you you find yourself maybe feeling hurt, like
mm-hmm,
oh, they
mm-hmm,
don't, like, feeling hurt, feeling unheard, feeling
mm-hmm,
ridiculed. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Like,
Yep,
because
yep,
they're
yep.
not taking you serious. They think you with that woo woo spirituality, right? Like, what does that even mean? Kind of stuff. Like, it will save you so much. Like, that in itself is lowering your vibration, I would say.
Woo.
Like, chasing people to, like, show them, look what I can do. Because, again, like I said earlier, when we're on our path, we see and feel the change and how this work pays off. So we want to share it with people. But what I've
Mm-hmm.
learned and what I started doing this year is I say my piece and I leave it alone.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like I this year I kid you, I started like I would say, oh, I'll somebody will talk to me about something that they're going through, and then I'll say, okay, XYZ. I said I planted the seed. I left it alone. If
Mm-hmm,
you want to go
mm-hmm.
further, then you can reach out to me and we can go from there. But I'm not about to hit you up and be like, hey, remember what we talked about yesterday? Working on that
Yep,
heart chakra.
yep.
Hey, remember what we were talking about, like shadow work? You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't doing that no more. I ain't doing that no more. I'm over it.
Wipe your hands of it, honey. Wipe your hands of it.
For real.
Let's see,
So
wisdom. Wisdom said,
yeah.
thank you. So surrendering means to meditate. Just want to make sure I'm understanding so I can raise my vibration to be in a better place in life. Um, yeah, I think they go hand in hand because you have to be in a space of surrender in order to meditate. Meditation is not a space of control; it's a space of surrender so that you can listen, and so that you can. And it's not always to find something. Sometimes you just need a space to be nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just need a space to just get away from everything that's happening in earth, everything that you have. Like, you have this list of things that you have to do constantly every day. You got to brush your teeth, you got to wash your ass, you got to make up your bed, you got to go get in the car, you got to put gas in your car, like, you got to pay your credit card bill. Like, it's so much shit that you constantly are bombarded with every fucking day just to be a human. So sometimes it's just a space of like, let me just create space for myself to just
Mhm.
surrender, to just not be. Sometimes you need to process, sometimes you need to reflect, sometimes you need to listen to hear from your spirit team, but sometimes you just need a space to be nothing. That's, I mean, sometimes when we go to sleep, we travel, and sometimes we just disappear. Like, you be
Yeah.
like, you wake up, you like, whoa, where the fuck? Like, I don't know what happened. Like, how long I was asleep. You just like, whoa, where the fuck was I at? That's because
Yeah.
your spirit, it had to like disappear for a second, like, because we came from nothingness. Like, we came from the universe, the blackness of the universe that was like nothing, and then it began to create. So there's a space inside of us that still is nothing. Sometimes we got to go in that space just to get
Mhm.
a second to breathe and be like, whoo, child. Okay, all right. Let me, like that collective, like that deep breath. You know what I'm saying? Like, and metaphorically, it's like a deep breath. Like, you can go to sleep and just, it's like, whew, I just took a deep breath. Now I'm recharged. So yes, surrender,
Yeah.
like, is
I love
that.
that. I love that you say that because what you said earlier, Justin, when you said like where you trying to vibrate to, where you trying to go, it's the
Mm-hmm,
same thing like with your meditation.
mm-hmm,
What are you meditating for? So you still have to have an intention with that. Remember, you want to try to be as intentional as you can. I know it's not easy all the time, but just having that awareness, okay, I'm going into meditation and I want to meditate. I want to hear an answer from my spirit team, or just like Justin just said. So I love that. That's a great gem right there. Like basically have an intention for your meditation. So I like
yes,
that.
yes, absolutely. That, and I think that's important on the journey as well, is always having an intention,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know about y'all, but like, the thoughts and the intentions are manifesting extremely quickly. Like, I
Yeah.
I like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. It was this Friday. Friday, I went in to do some work um, at a site, and that morning I said I meditated, and I put out there like, I just need space. I need space and I need grace just to like gather myself. And I went in, I was doing my thing or whatever, and somebody was like, y'all, I had no clue. First of all, I didn't even this is how untapped I am in with the earth sometimes. I didn't even know today was Memorial Day. Is it more Memorial Day? What holiday is it?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Okay. So first of all, today's Memorial Day. I didn't fucking know that shit. Second of all, we were off. Like, everything's closed on Memorial Day. I didn't even realize that shit. So when somebody said that, like, we're off on Monday, I literally started tearing up. I was like, oh my God, because I knew that was the connection to spirit that day. That had happened like 3 days in a row of me saying that I needed something, and it like happened that day, like, instantly. So,
Mm.
yeah, you can say it was Memorial Day, it was gonna happen either way, but that was like nowhere in my range. Like, I had no clue that we were gonna be off. I had no clue that it was even a fucking holiday. Like, that wasn't in my reality. But it
Yeah.
became a part of my reality because I asked for it. So I feel
Yeah.
like you said, Naima, intention is, and this is why raising your vibration and having a higher space in your thoughts and in your feelings is important, because that abundant energy is really, really hardcore right now. Like, if you stay in a low vibrational space, you're gonna like really, really manifest that shit fast right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, being in a high vibrational space is very, very important right now, because things are just happening so quickly. Like, I know y'all feeling the days, like, I mean, it's about to be June, my nigga. Like, what the
I
fuck?
know. What the fuck? I feel like, honestly, I feel like May just came in, peaked real quick. I was like, all right, bye. Like, because I'm like, I was telling everybody this. I was like, May hit the ground running. What? I don't even know what happened this month. I'm like, what is going on? Yes,
Like,
June is
we
this
like
Saturday.
we almost like halfway through the whole year. Like, in 2024.
Yes.
So
And
like my point is that things are speeding up, which is also another tall tale sign of the shift to
yes,
5G.
yes.
Because if you look on, I wish I had the chart, but there's a chart that shows frequencies, and it shows like low vibrational frequencies like fear and the low vibrational shit, fear, anxiety, all of that shit, depression. Then it has the high vibrational stuff of like joy and like happiness and stuff like that. And like the higher you go, the faster the frequency goes. The lower you
Mm,
go, the slower the frequency goes. So
mhm.
the as you can see, time is moving faster. Things are moving faster because the frequency of the earth is going higher.
Yeah.
So that's just another. I mean, if it was something that you was thinking about, that's just another like truth and manifestation of a proof that the vibration of the earth is rising. And I
Yes.
feel like if you don't rise with it, is you have heaven and hell is a thing of earth. Okay, like it's a mentality that you
Yes.
have
A state
in
of
earth.
mind.
So it's a state
Absolutely.
of mind that you have. Like
Yeah.
there's no physical place. And like, they say like the hell is the lower realms, or like, in the lower realms of the earth, or the lower realms of our chakras down like in our digestive system where the acids and all that shit is. I just
Mhm.
feel like the just like it went up one and it went down one. So if you're vibrating like low, you getting closer to hell, basically. So, like, that concept of what hell is,
Say that like that.
like facts, because, like, yo, like when I'm vibrating low, it's intense. When I used to get like down and out about some shit, it would get like really. It's like, oh, okay, I got a little bit of anxiety, or I feel a little bit depressed, or whatever, and then I bounce right out of it. Like now, it's getting way more intense. Like the feeling of anxiety, the feeling of depression, like it's like when you really sit in that shit, it's more intense than it used to be.
Yeah. Well, I can agree
So
with that.
that
Yeah.
that's what I meant by like the low vibrational went closer to hell, and
That's funny though.
the high vibrational just like went a step up closer to like heaven. So there is
Hmm.
no like, I feel like there is no like normal line anymore. Like we were talking about earlier, like you gotta make a choice, and
Yeah.
if you don't make a choice, it's gonna be made for you. That's
Yeah.
why. That's what social media. That's what movies. That's what all of that shit is about. Like to make the choice for you. Like just like
Yeah.
you said, Naima, like paying attention to the content that you're receiving, like that you're feeding your mind. It's making the choice of where your mindset is going to be, whether you're going to be high vibrational or low vibrational. The content that you watch is making the choice for you. So you have to make the
Yeah.
choice of what content that you're watching. And that's in social media, that's with people, that's with
Hmm.
places. Like it just goes
Your
everywhere. You got
conversation.
your
What are you talking
conversation.
about? What kind of conversations are you having with people? Like that's another thing too to help you raise your vibration. Because what I've noticed that I've done, I find myself if I find myself where in a like conversation where it's like really gossipy and like they just
Mhm,
talking about a bunch of shit that don't matter, I find a way
mhm.
to direct that conversation into something else. Or I
Right.
just don't engage, like
Exactly.
depending on what's going on around me, like if I even know these people or whatnot. But like I either don't engage
Mhm.
or I find a way to shift the conversation. And one of my favorite books that I like really changed my life was the four agreements, because
For
one of
agreement.
them
Yes.
is be impeccable with your word. So I always think about that because yes, we
Mm.
people gossip. That's what we do. It is what it is. But I try to be mindful, like be impeccable with my word. Even when I want to express frustration about somebody, I want to make sure it's my frustration and not the person so much. So I'm not like gossiping about the person,
Right.
like
Right.
kind of thing. So even with that, like watching how you speak and what types of things you're talking about could shift your vibration too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I mean, even I feel like it all boils down back to perspective. You have to
Mm-hmm.
have a and that also goes into a vibration, is you have to have a high vibrational perspective,
Mm-hmm.
because even though sometimes we may go through situations that seem bad, if you have a higher perspective about the situation where you can really see with your third eye, like what's really happening there, you can see that there's healing. Like
Yeah.
you went through that to get a healing, or you went through that. Like they always say, your rejection is your protection. You got
Mm-hmm.
rejected because there's something better for you. Like, but you have to be in a high vibrational perspective in order to see that. Because
Yes.
if you're vibrating low, you're gonna be like, oh, I got rejected and something's wrong with me and I'm not good enough, and that, like, that's low vibrational shit. So
Yeah.
like you have to have a good a better perspective of things, and if you don't, that's where you do the research. That's where the knowledge comes in. That's where you start studying these spiritual concepts. That's why they were left here. That's why the books were written. That's why hieroglyphs were left, to
Mm-hmm.
give us the knowledge that will keep our perspective, that will give us a higher perspective. It's all a frequency. It's all an energy that you have
Mm-hmm.
to tap into. Like these words, these hieroglyphs, these the papyrus pages, they're all just energies. They're all just frequencies. We
Mm-hmm.
just use words as a language to interpret the frequencies. So it all boils down to that, is sticking with the frequency that is higher for you, because everybody's also on a different frequency. Your version of high
Yes.
vibration and my version of high vibration could be two totally different things.
Yep.
So I mean, it's a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
when you get on the frequency of, because we, like, right now, this space that we have created is a very um the vibration is a very intuitive space. It's a very, like, wise space.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very healing space that we've created. That's the frequency that we are on. Even though we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about different things, if you feel what we're talking about, it's all on the same type of frequency.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
So um that yeah, that ended that I'm gonna put a period right there. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
a period right there. Um, so I guess you wanna open up the space to pull some cards for people, and if not, we'll pull for the collective.
Let's see.
'Cause,
Oh, someone said everything feels negative in a low vibration. Yeah.
yes, yes, and that low vibrational space is very it's like a virus. It spreads. It spreads. That, like they say, hurt people, misery
Yeah.
loves company. It's very, very uh it could be an addictive space. Like some people like to be in low vibrational spaces. For
And if
whatever
you're
reason.
Yeah, and if you're feeling like that, well, just like what we were talking about earlier, like you have to make the choice. You have to
Mhm,
make a choice, even though it may seem hard or like impossible. But like I was telling Wisdom earlier, I don't know when you joined, but shifting to gratitude is the
mhm,
first key that's going to really help you climb and just go from there. Like find
mhm,
something that you are just so grateful for, like whether it's like, man, I'm grateful that I woke up today, and
mhm.
just really sit in that and feel it. Like how happy and grateful are you for waking up today, because now you have a chance to make a different decision from yesterday, right?
Yes, yes.
You know, listen to that confidence. Woo! Go listen to that.
That part.
Go
That
listen
part.
to that.
That part.
I'm glad that just came through right now. I think
That
you should go
part.
listen to Confidence by Yaz. And then once you hear that, I'm sure like it's just more, it's gonna just shoot you through the roof. You know, you'll be able to continue to elevate and like raise your vibration that way. But I think that for sure, make the choice that you don't want to like be in this energy. You know, find some gratitude, find something to be grateful for, and listen to confidence. Like for,
Let me
for
see if
real.
I can find. Let me see if I can find a link to that
Yeah.
and post it in here. Because yeah, that confidence is, it's on a frequency.
It's on a
It's
frequency,
on a
woo,
frequency.
for real, and it will pull you right up out of that whatever that low vibe that you feeling. Like, yeah, yeah, boy. Like I told her, I was like, girl, I was like, what am I witnessing right now? Like, yeah.
Nah, that shit is lit. I don't know. I ain't gonna be able to do that shit right now, but I'll post it in the comments or something.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna open up the doors. That's cool with you, Naima?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna open up the doors to pull a card. So if y'all have any questions that you want us to pull a card for, give you some clarity, we're gonna go ahead and open up the space for that. If not, we'll just pull in addition to what we've already channeled. This is a huge channel. We'll just pull for the collective to just kind of give some closing words from the energy of the tarot and the oracle card space. So if y'all got any questions, throw it in the chat. Something you want us to pull for, just I don't know, put an 8 in the chat if you want. If you got a question, put an 8 and then put your question, and we'll pull a reading for you. But if not, I guess we can go ahead and start just pulling for the collective, just to get the energy flowing.
Okay.
Give us I don't know, give us a space, Naima, like a space to just start pulling for, like
Give us
I
a
don't know, a
space.
question or
Well,
or
I
like
can share what I do. My practice is like, so every week at the beginning of the week, I ask for guidance for the week. If I have a specific goal in mind, then so if I have a goal in mind for this week, then I reach out to my spirit team. I'm like, what guidance do y'all have for me, to ensure I meet this goal, for this week or whatever. So I think I could do it like that, like guidance for the week. We can do that.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
Also, damn, I just got a fucking like wave. As soon as I pull the cards out, like I'm already like,
Oh,
like a lot of people. It's a lot of heart chakra stuff happening. It's a lot of heart chakra stuff happening.
look at this. Can you
It's a
see it?
gland. Oh, the journey within, and it's green.
green.
Yeah, listen, it's already starting.
It's already started.
Yeah,
And I didn't even like do a full like shuffle. It was like just at the bottom of the deck. So let's see what comes out for the collective.
yeah, heart chakra,
Guidance
family
for this.
stuff, friendship, relationship stuff, heart chakra. There's a lot of heart healing energy that's out right now. So just be aware. But guidance for the week.
Ooh.
Yeah, peace on you. What's up?
Practical steps.
I can't. That's hilarious. You pull a tarot card. Good to see you, Brian K. Oh my God, I ain't seen you in so long. Okay. All right. While you're still pulling, I'm gonna go ahead and give what came for me. So I'm gonna open it up with a divination card from the ancient wisdom. So the first card that came out was, let Let me see. This blurry thing doing this shit. Take this thing off. But basically, damn, why is it? I know it's like blurring it out. I'm gonna have to take that shit off. But anyway, it's
Okay.
basically astrology. And the card is of destiny. It says you have an important life purpose and you are here to shine brightly. You have always felt different and special and known that you were meant to be big. Trouble is life that has gotten in wait. Trouble is life has got in the way. Trouble in life has got in the way. And even though you have felt a calling, you don't actually know what it is you're meant to do. Before you were born, you chose the exact time of your birth and date to determine you would what you would be in this life and what you came here to achieve. Your astrological signs, stars, and planetary movement all play a big part in your life. Yes, you can create your own destiny, but it is the stars that point you in the right direction. So seek out the astrological map of your journey of life. For by doing so, many answers will be revealed to you. Not only will you be fascinated, but you will find that which you have been searching for all this time. So the divination was saying take bold steps towards your chosen destiny and go for it. Learn about the planets and how their alignment affects you. It says visit an astrologer to have your chart read.
Mm.
So with that, which is so funny, the turkey card came up. You just said like find gratitude. This is the turkey card is all about having giving thanks. You already know what Thanksgiving is about, giving thanks. So the turkey card is having gratitude. The card healing begins. We just like literally spoke about the heart chakra and that this healing space is coming up. And then the two of swords came, but it came in reverse. So normally the two of swords is kind of a difficult card, but it says movement, change, release, reveal, chain reaction. The deadlock has passed. Resuming activity, the decision is made. So, what I'm getting as far as a message for this week is that we are in a space of movement. Just like we were connecting this shift, this 3D, 5D shift. There's also a shift that's happening within everybody individually on their journey, and that there is that shift is pushing you. So it's like we were talking about earlier, you're gonna have to make a choice. Like, are you gonna choose to stay where you are? Are you gonna choose to accept, some of these things that you are going through that you know that it no longer serves you anymore, that you spaces that you no longer want to be in anymore? Or are you going to choose better, choose to make those choices, choose to take the direction that you know you're supposed to be in, that you've been hiding from, running from, just like not wanting to accept? um that healing begins, and always that choice is a healing. It's healing. Just even you making a choice of like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm going to go for this feeling that I've been feeling a long time. Like finally, I'm gonna do it. Like that's even a healing space. And
Mm-hmm.
the movement, like you're moving. Where you moving it's like the car is you're in a car and it's moving. Like it's nothing you can do about that. Like the universe is moving the car, but where you go, like you have the control of the wheel. So if you want to go right, you want to go left, like that's where your hand comes in at. A lot of people they're just sitting here like this, Jesus take the wheel. No,
Mm-hmm.
ain't no Jesus take the wheel, you take the damn wheel. You make the choice. You move because the universe is leading you, but you get to choose whether you go left or right, or whether you're going to get on the interstate, or whether you're going to go down to the right down that street. Like that's your choice. But regardless, there's no more standstill. You're moving. So if you don't take control of the wheel, you're going to crash. You're going to run into something. So the astrology card coming up is just giving me, it's just letting me, it's not necessarily astrology, but studying things that will help you understand yourself better. That could be
Mm-hmm.
numerology, that could be astrology, it could be just like you gave me that that was like a Mayan astrology. Was it like a Mayan astrology page? What was the name of it that you gave me?
Oh, the 13
13
moons.
moons.
It's a it's like a galactic thing. It's like your galactic signature.
Yeah,
But it has all this like ancient wisdom in it. Yeah.
so beautiful. 13moon.com. Like, check that out.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is that you need a higher guidance, because if you haven't been tapping into a higher guidance, now is the time to do it, because as you're moving, as you are being pushed into new directions, make sure you get that higher guidance so that you're making the right choices, that you make sure that you know which way to go. Of course, you're going to always tap into your intuition, meditate, get connected with yourself, but you also need to make sure you get that guidance and study, like study yourself, study higher perspectives, so that you're able to make better decisions in the direction that you're going into, because there's no more sitting still anymore. Like, that's done. You might as well throw that shit out the window. You have to move. You're moving and you have to change. Where you change and where you move, that's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my message.
Yes. I love how our readings, like how they just like coincide with one another and like flow together, because as when you were saying like what you say, Jesus can't take the wheel, you take the damn wheel, like you choose. This card is what stood out. It says take
Mm,
responsibility for your actions. You know, like
mm,
we have to make a choice. You know, like I feel like with this week we have to really choose, and so the other cards that came out before I go with that was ask for guidance.
mm,
Like what? You feel me? And then you are never alone. So this touches on exactly what Justin just said for us for this week. Like you can use astrology, you can go into for meditation, whatever it is, fine, and seek the guidance that it is that you are seeking, right? Like that you are
mm,
asking for. And you have a whole entire spirit team like with you. So that's another thing. If anybody has been feeling like really like just down and out and alone, because the spiritual path is very lonely. Like it can be very lonely at times, you know? So it was just a message for this week to know that you are not alone. Tap in with your guides, with your ancestors. Look at your astrology chart. Maybe there's some information in there to
mm,
help you propel forwards, whatever your goals are for this week. Tap into your numerology chart, you know. Check in with your chakras, like what your chakras looking like right now. You know, these are
mm.
all different tools to help us and to also give us the guidance it is that we're looking for.
Right.
um yeah, and there was another, the strength card came out. So
Mm,
what I love about this, and then we had the page of wands. Both of these cards are tied to the fire element. You know,
mm,
the strength card is the card that rules Leo, a fire sign. So what I'm picking up for us for this week, we need to take action, y'all. Like
mhm.
remember, fire is passion. It's the action element. Like we have to take action and be accountable for be responsibility for our actions as well.
Yeah.
So I think for this week, like if you sick of the bullshit, you tired of whatever it is, or there's a goal that you're trying to hit, tap in and take action on that and don't sit down no more. Like this is the week of taking action. Like we have to
Mm-hmm.
make a choice. Like you had the two of swords in reverse. And to me, that's
Mm-hmm.
like how I read the two of swords reverse is that you're having a difficult time with making a decision. So you have to
Mm,
sit
yep.
with self. You have to really sit with self and connect to your spirit team. Again, we have so much support, you know, on
Mm-hmm.
the other side. Just tap in
Yes.
with your spirit team, with your family, your guides on the other side, and they're here for us, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to say, because this just hit me as you were talking, that we have um, a spirit team, is that a lot of our family members are transitioning. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people transitioning at this time because they're needed on the other side.
Mm.
If anyone has lost a close family member, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but if someone has lost a close family member, or maybe in the future losing a close family member, know that they are on the other side, meaning they're on the side of the spirit, in the spirit world, and
Mm.
that they can do so much more for you on that side than they could have ever done on earth. So a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people are choosing to transition because they want to be able to help on a spiritual level. on an internal level. When they leave, they're still inside of you. They're still a part of you. They're still within you, and they're still guiding you and instructing you even more than what they would have done here physically on earth. So for some reason, like as soon as you said that, we have our spirit team, it was giving like I felt ancestors, I felt family members that have transitioned or that are going to transition in the near future, is to make sure that you keep that connection. If you were close with someone that was here, that is now an ancestor, reconnect, reestablish that connection, because they're here to guide you. As you know, what came up earlier, like finding that guidance because you're being forced. Even not necessarily if you're not into astrology or like numerology, or you don't want to get a reading, tap into what you already have, which is spirit team. And if that scares you, tap into your ancestors. If that scares you, whatever that internal spiritual space that you connect with, now is the time to connect with that, because the action is here. You have to move. There is no more, there's no choice. Like the Two of Swords upside down, like it's a struggle of like, should I do this, should I do that? Like I don't know which one I should do. If you can, I know it's kind of hard to see the card right now, but like she has two swords and she's blindfolded, so it's like two different decisions, but she's not looking, she can't really see what to do. That sight is your spiritual connection, whatever that is for you. But for me, it's given like ancestors. That's that spiritual connection. You may not can see what choice to make, but your ancestors can see that shit, and they can tell you exactly where to go. That's going to get you where you need to go. So reestablish your spiritual connection, whatever that is for you. Now is the time to reestablish that spiritual connection, because you're going to need it right now, like more than ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can wrap it up with that. That was
it feels complete.
Yeah. We can put the period, exclamation point, and all of that. Wrap that on up. So we appreciate y'all for tapping in. I know we've been like back and forth and trying to. Oh my God, like that.
We finally got it together, y'all. We here. We got our together. You're gonna see us next week, or maybe no, we come back this Friday, huh? We come back this Friday.
We back this Friday. Yeah, y'all get a 2-for-1 special this week. Okay.
2-for-1 special. I love it.
Well, we appreciate y'all. Tap in, y'all, for real. Like y'all have support. Y'all have support here. Y'all have support in the spiritual realm. Like you're not alone. You got this. Like just make sure, like, listen to this. If you have to listen to this podcast again, listen to it again. Like it's a lot of gems were dropped. A lot of wisdom was dropped. Go back and listen to the whole thing, because the assistance is needed. You're not alone. Like the card she just put up, you're not alone. You have guidance. You have assistance. You're never alone. But you gotta fucking work. You gotta move. You gotta, whatever you gotta do, fucking do that shit. Because now is the time. Now is the time.
And just to do just like a quick recap with this whole shift with humanity, this whole 3D, 5D split. You guys, like, remember, you are on your own spiritual journey. You feel me? And like, we cannot be worried about what other people are doing. All we can do is drop our gems, plant our little seeds and live our life the best way we know how. And if they want to come join, then you're more than welcome. It's abundance for everybody. It's room for everybody. But what we not doing is chasing people down so they can do their spiritual work. That's what we not doing. And then the whole thing, like we talked about it before, you can be in some bullshit going on, but it doesn't even impact you because your consciousness and your heart space is so elevated that it doesn't impact you that way. And it kind of sucks to see our family and friends going through those things, but remember, they on their own path, we are on ours, like so don't forget that.
Fact. Yeah, 100%. Well, we appreciate y'all joining. We will catch y'all on Friday. Everything works smooth. We will see y'all on Friday for another round.
Yes, see y'all Friday. I'm so happy. Everything look good. It's working out.
It look good. God damn. All right, y'all. Peace. We'll see y'all on Friday.
See y'all.
Okay.
It's still recorded.
No, I think it's ending.
Oh, okay.
I
The
hope
thing
not.
still it's still counting down on my end, so I'm